Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, but has it been forever?
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is Follow from Ben Robbins, the Lame Mage Productions. You can find the game at lamemage.com. We've also played Ben Robbins' game Kingdom on the show before. And this is, I think, is our second time playing Follow.
That's right.
Our players, myself, John Holt, with me.
And I am Ken Breese.
And our guest returning after much time away.
Stacey Moverley, back with you again.
Follow. We're going to start by determining what our quest is. And it looks like we've picked the show. We're putting on a show, the lights, the applause. Our goal is to put on a great performance that the audience loves. What kind of show? Play or musical, professional main stage, community theater, or high school production?
I was thinking earlier that a community theater or high school production would be more interesting because...
Cool.
Personally, I'm all about the high school production.
So, and then are we an existing company or is this our first time together?
Ooh.
I think first time.
First timers.
Yeah, first timers.
Great. High school first time production.
Exactly.
Love it.
The next question is what makes our quest difficult? There are a couple questions to answer here, 2 options to pick. One option, I'll just go down the list of 6 options and we can pick the 2 we want. We have almost no idea what we're doing. The last show we did, or the last show in this space, was a complete disaster. The script is a mess, what there is of it. We have a shoestring budget and or no place to perform. Our subject matter is somewhere between obscure and totally opaque. We are being heavily censored by the powers that be.
I think given the fact that we're first time together, we have almost no idea what we're doing.
I personally really enjoy last show in this space was a disaster.
Let's do it. So now we generate our fellowship. So
yeah, John, I think I am going to go the forgiveness route.
Okay.
I think I want forgiveness from your character.
What? So why don't I give you forgiveness? I guess in terms of like character backstory, maybe our history was that this is our high school play and maybe we did like cable access TV or something, or like, had, or even like ran, what was that? What are those things like where they have TV shows within the school that like the students put on?
Totally.
Oh yeah, student television.
And so
Student television, yeah.
And so my guy was the like anchor.
Yeah. Okay.
And you like humiliated him as a direction, like as a creative direction choice on air.
Right.
It launched you in some ways, like in the school. That's it. My star faded because of that. And I was humiliated. And
I love it. So you were humiliated on school TV.
Yeah.
Because of my choice.
Yep. Yeah.
And now you can't get back on school TV, but maybe this is a new break for you. And I really want you in the show because I want to give you a break because I feel shitty about what happened.
Yeah. So I'm not giving you forgiveness because that's what you're seeking.
Yeah. I'm trying to get your forgiveness by casting you and okay. Yeah, I love it.
How are you not giving Stacey what she wants?
Stacey wants me to teach her character.
I was just thinking based off that kind of thing is I might consider you to be like, you're like this brilliant person who's been doing this. And this is my first time doing anything along these lines. So it's like
what if we
hooked up at one point in time?
At one point, I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
What if this is just spitting. We're spitballing here. What if we hooked up and I'm like, oh, I have no time for this person.
Okay.
Or something like that. I don't know. Is that
weird? Yeah, like hooked up at a party and it's like, ever since then you're just like, oh no, let's keep it
because you and I are more the quote unquote adults in this situation, even though it's a high school play or whatever, I guess. In my high school plays, a drama teacher was a director normally.
Okay.
There wasn't like a student director.
Right.
Per se. Did you guys have student directors in drama productions?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So I think I'm more of a student director then.
Okay.
Is that what we're sort of thinking?
I'm throwing this out there. If it was a hookup at like a stage party or an after party or something for another show, then like for you, it was like just a hookup. And you're like, that was fun and done. And for you like, well, let's do more of this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, no, I want you just to teach me stuff. Like this is no longer that. Like we aren't doing that.
Oh, I like that. So I'm feel a little jilted.
Okay.
Or
Like
or
that
even
I'm more into like I want a relationship and I want these things.
right.
And
Or
you're like,
or
no,
you're
no.
just like you're a teen kid who wants a hookup, and you're like a more mature teen girl who wants to learn some stuff and like
Well,
succeed.
I think that's the important part is that I'm going to be playing a woman for this session.
Oh, okay.
So it's possible we have a homosexual relationship.
Yeah. So maybe it's something along those lines. Like we kind of like after last production, we kind of got together, hooked up. And I was like, well, that was fun, but that's I'm not. That was part of my experimentation. I'm gonna
Experimentate.
certainly-
Okay,
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And you're like,
okay.
you know what?
This is my
we need a
identity
stage-
or whatever.
We need a new stage manager for the play.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm
We
just
need a
like,
new stage manager.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
that'd
do
be
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, I'd love to
and-
work with you. I mean, I think you're amazing and talented.
Cool. And I feel like I don't want to teach you anything because you don't want to be my girlfriend.
That works. Yeah.
Is that sort of where we
Yeah,
are?
yeah.
So I'm sort of lusting after you, and I'm withholding because you're not giving me what I want.
Yeah.
which
So you're
is-
more along the lines of like, well, we really need to get together and go over these notes.
Yes,
like, I'm
we
like,
do.
Well, I've got
in
homework,
my
man.
in my station wagon.
So Stacey, why aren't you giving my guy glory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't really have anything to do with your.
You're the stage manager, and I like glory. Let's see how they kind of define it in here as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Make me look good. Don't upstage me. Maybe I'm like basically like overly demanding. And like,
Yeah.
you're doing a high school thing, and everybody, maybe I'm not even the star of this play, but
you're like,
but
I've
I'm
done
like,
this before,
I've
and
got
I deserve.
I've got a writers basically.
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
should have
trying
a
to
fruit
get.
plate.
Yeah,
or
like
something crazy.
like I need special lighting for my complexion. It's like stuff where
Yes. And you want
like-
maybe time to have on the stage to
yeah,
practice.
like I need to look
by
good.
yourself and,
You need to like don't close the curtain too fast. Like
I need to make sure I have a makeup person assigned directly to you.
right.
Is your character in high school, or are they like graduated from high school?
I think they're in high school.
Okay.
So minor characters, we're going to actually you want to create someone connected to one of the main characters, or kind of across the table from you.
Yeah.
So avoiding someone who would primarily interact with your own main character, so you don't talk to yourself, basically. Like, so someone that would be dealing with the director or dealing with. So what's our kind of thread? Like right now,
I'm director, you're stage manager, so I'm thinking of maybe like the light board operator or something like that. Someone that you would be on.
tech crew.
Yeah, someone that you would be on the headphone with, like lighting cues and
Yeah, no, that makes
stuff
sense.
like that. Sort of what I'm sort of thinking of, like the board operator, basically, soundboard, lighting board, whichever one we want here.
Well, high school production, you're probably doing both.
Yeah, right. Nice.
I'm thinking Mrs. Duffy
Miss
deals
Duffy.
with you. She's the head of the drama department.
Oh
So
God.
she deals with the director and maybe probably the stagehand too, but she's probably dealing with you.
Yeah, she is. I'm surprised she's not the director herself. She must think of herself as like an EP or something like that.
Yeah. Well, she keeps it in check. a
Oh,
little bit.
Miss Duffy.
Mrs. Duffy.
How about understudy?
Sure.
But I like the idea of them being kind of a glory hound, like somebody who really is kind of hoping you're going to mess up again, so they get on stage.
Everybody's got their characters. So before we go into the characters, why don't we'll kind of run down everything one more time. You guys ready?
Yep.
Ready.
All right. So we are doing the show. Our goal of the show is to put on a show the audience loves. We are doing a high school production, and this is our first time together as like one whole unit. We have almost no idea what we're doing, and the last show in this place was a disaster. So that is the basic setting that we're dealing with. My character is Kennerth Foley. He's a washed-up star at 15, a junior in high school who in his sophomore year was humiliated and resigned / was removed from being anchor of the school television, like internal television show, like the school announcement series. And my minor character is Mrs. Duffy. She is the head of the drama department. Ken Foley is doing this play because they out of this quest, they want revenge. They want to get their revenge on those who made him washed up. We'll see how that comes to fruition. And from Stacey's character, Kennerth wants glory, wants to be put in the spotlight, probably literally put in the spotlight.
I'm playing Samantha Perkins. She's the stage manager. She's cautious. She really hopes we don't make fools of ourselves. What I really want is for your character to teach me, for Ken's character to teach me. So, and then the other character that I'm going to be playing will be the understudy to Ken Foley.
All right.
Oh.
And what's that understudy's name?
John. I haven't figured out last name.
John's
yet.
good.
Come back to it.
John.
We'll just leave it with
Todd.
John Todd. There we go.
Todd. My main character is named Gwen Rush. Gwen is the director of the play. She is 18. She really wants to create meaning from the play to really challenge the audience and make them sort of understand something, to really open their eyes to some truth. Additionally, my minor character is Melvin Sparks. Melvin is 16. He's the sound and light tech. But Gwen Rush very much wants from Kennerth forgiveness, because Gwen set Kennerth up to be sort of the fall guy to some degree in a previous production. And it's one of the reasons why Kennerth is washed up, because he was made a fool of in front of the whole school.
From there, we're going to get into telling our tales and getting our scenes started. Do we want to talk any more about like the backstory? Like, what was the show? What happened last time in the show that made, like, in this space that was a disaster? Anything like that?
Yeah, I think that it's a good idea to try and flesh that out a little bit. I mean, I obviously go to like murder and like hauntings and stuff like that. Maybe that's just my twisted brain. The last time a show happened in this venue, or we could even make it really simple. The last time we did something here was when you were humiliated or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like if the last show in the space was a disaster, that kids basically like streaked the stage or something, like that the production became infamous.
That's fun. Yeah. There was like a protest maybe, and like we got like red paint thrown on us, or you know.
or again, like the reason why we're a new crew is the entire, like, everyone who was in that production, and even Mrs. Duffy's predecessor was kicked off. Like
I love it.
They were all sort of banned from
It was
the
like,
department.
disbanded, like
Right.
everything shut down.
And maybe that was even a few years ago.
Totally.
This is
So it's almost like a curse, where it's like 4 years ago they put on a show, or whatever it was 12 years ago, and it like went to shit, and everyone was kicked out of school and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. But we're gonna go in this space again, and we're gonna try and do it right.
What's the show we're putting on? What do you guys think, Stacey? What's your inclination? Like, what is it? A musical? Is it a literary classic?
Is it avant-garde?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a little bit more avant-garde.
Okay.
Maybe would it be something that you've written that we're putting on, or are we thinking more along
probably
the lines of
not.
like something
Probably
you found
not.
that's
Yeah,
okay?
probably found. Probably, yeah. If it's high school, I probably did not write it. Probably, or if I did write it, it's going to be really terrible. So yeah, I think it's more of something we found. But I do like the idea that it's avant-garde or edgy a little bit. Like,
I think we'll just kind of say it's like a very heady, like it's kind of over all of our heads too. So we just perform.
is it a theatrical reinterpretation of like Schindler's List? Is
No,
it
I
like
think
we're going
I think
that
even
way,
that, like,
or
it's so
like-
maybe even go abstract. Like
Mhm.
the state, everyone's in like gray or silver bodysuits.
Yes.
And the stage sets are polygonal shapes
Very
that are like
minimal.
painted
Yes.
gray or white that we
Yeah.
like move around and say like simple column response phrases.
Yes, I love it. So what is this play about? I want to say it's like the destruction of Krypton, or so, you know what I mean? It's like I want it to be something really stupid. Not say the destruction.
Well, maybe it's
destruction
like
of Krypton is stupid.
maybe it's like it's like supposed to have a message.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, yeah, that's
Like-
that's what I want. I want to challenge the audience. So
Right.
maybe this
People
play.
like maybe we're telling people it's about like it's anti-bullying or something.
Yes,
Oh, there you go.
I love it. Yeah, this play is an anti-bullying play. I
Which
love
could be
it.
part of the reason why you're able to get them to give you one last shot to bring back the drama department.
I mean
That's
that's what it's about, but whether or not it's like
Right. That-
legible.
yeah,
is
Like
a
anyone
exactly.
understands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so now
Love it.
we've got everything we need for our, we'll get going into scenes from here. I'm going to say get a place to perform is our first challenge.
Nice.
And I think that this would fall to you as the stage manager, your character, to try to figure out like you would be the one starting in this kind of endeavor. We need to determine how long do you think it will take to get a place to perform?
I think it could take a little time. I mean,
A
part of it is
month?
you
Like a
probably
month?
have to like go to administration. You have to see if we can perform on campus.
So 4 weeks.
Yeah, we'll say a month. Cool. So it's going to take us a month to get this play, just a place to perform.
Just a place.
So what makes it difficult to complete is that they don't trust the student body,
That's right.
and it's been like a few years. They've already repurposed the theater
That's right.
that was there before.
So it's a classroom now.
Yeah, it's like a series. Yeah, they've made it into like a series of labs or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we split it up.
A challenge. The challenge is like that the space doesn't exist in the school, so now you need to get the trust and get like what the actual space would be that would accommodate it.
I think the first scene would probably take place. Oh, this is where it gets challenging because I would consider it be like in the principal's office.
Ooh. Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
That the school board's approved us to do this. So we're talking to the principal. I assume Mrs. Duffy would be there.
Sure.
Duffy's there.
And then I would think the director would be there as
Director's
well.
there.
And then the principal.
And the principal is the problem. So maybe it's
That's
Mrs.
okay.
Duffy, me, and the
Principal.
yeah.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Because I can be Mrs. Duffy and the principal if that makes life easier for everybody.
I know how you love talking to yourself, John.
Hi, Mrs. Duffy. Oh, I'm Mrs. Principal. So we're all there, and
So we're in the principal's office. The principal is an older gentleman. He wears a toupee. He's squat and short. He's probably not taller than 5 feet. He's old school, like so old school, like that he crosses the line where he like pinches kids' chins to make them like squeal with pain when they're being mean, when they're being bad. Like he's a old school principal who like uses capital punishment liberally. Probably not, maybe not so much recently because it's fallen out of favor. He is Principal Belt.
Mr. Belt, I know you don't necessarily approve of this production, but the school board has agreed to let us put it on. And our biggest challenge, obviously, is the fact that we don't have the stage space anymore. I know that the lighting grid and everything is still intact and that the stage itself is just basically covered over. If you'd let us, sir, we could rejigger a little bit of that to be able to get access to that. Or maybe we could get access to the gymnasium to actually put something on.
Well, the theater space doesn't exist anymore. It's been turned into the science lab, so it's a science space now. So you don't call it the theater space, call it science space. Science space is going good, but I don't know. I don't want anyone to get too excited by these plays. So can you assure me that people won't be excited?
Excited, sir?
That's right. Too excited. Overexcited.
Well, I think we could avoid some of the situations we had from last year or previous productions. I mean, this one's a little bit more avant-garde, and as you know, sir, it has a very strong message of anti-bullying, which is very good for us to have in our school.
Well, that's a good point. We do want to make sure that we don't have a bullying going on here. It's a wonderful school. I just don't think, though, that we could displace the science teachers. I mean, the science center is very popular.
True, sir. Is there maybe another space? I mean, I know we've got the auto lab that's out back that isn't really used that much anymore with the garages. I mean, maybe we could use that, or is there
Well,
any
Miss
other
Duffy,
space?
can't we just use your classroom?
unfortunately, I think for a production, we would hope to get everyone's classmates in. I think there's going to be a certain point, Principal, where we would rather have a little more space. If I know that it's very difficult to displace the science group, perhaps I don't know, even out on the football pitch, to perhaps we could set up sort of a theater on the green.
Now, Miss Duffy, I love what you're saying. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. So an outside space, somewhere away from the school.
No,
maybe
I would still want to be on school grounds. We'd like to use the parking lot for students and parents to come and also having access to the lights from the football. I mean, the football field would be great. We would just have to, we would maybe have to play some away games for a little while.
And that's exactly the problem that I was going to bring up, is that, you really got to talk to the coach. I mean, because if you want to share the football field with the players, I mean, there's definitely some games coming up, practices. yeah, I don't know. You might not be very well served trying to split the field with the football players. But maybe you would be, and you got some built-in stands there with the stadium seating. I approve this, but you're going to need to talk to the coach, I think. They're really the one.
Yeah, and again, I can't, Miss Perkins here, I want to give her credit. She's really been sort of spearheading this effort, and, I'm kind of mentoring them, but I think we're going to see a better group of kids than the old drama team.
We don't need any troubles like we had in the past. Would you like a lollipop, girl? She
thank
sort of
you.
undoes like a jar of lollipops.
Thank you, sir. I'll
You're
save
welcome.
this for later.
You're welcome, young gal.
I promise you, sir, though, we are really trying to bring the drama department back with good quality productions that will speak to today's youth, and we think that this play will be a really good way to bring it back.
Well, I hope that's the case. As you know, we haven't had any performances at this school for many years after the unpleasantness. But maybe enough time has passed that we can try something here again. So tacitly, I give you my blessing, but at the end of the day, it's the football coach who's really going to need to make the call.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, that went well.
Are you sure? I don't know if the coach is going to go for this.
We'll talk to him. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But do you think your team can put together a stage and a outdoor show?
It's going to be tough. We might have to do something creative with like giant flashlights for some of the spotlight situations, but we'll figure something out. As long as we can get a space,
all right,
we'll figure something out.
All right. That scene?
And that scene, yeah, very good. I think our next scene is going to be in the football coach's office. Sounds like that's maybe the next scene. Or do we think that the scene should be out on the pitch itself as practice is going on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's kind of fun, right? Okay, so out on the pitch, practice is going on. Miss Duffy's there. I think the director's there. Gwen Rush has been brought along. And I guess the coach is there too. Tell us about this coach. Stacey, are they male, female? What's the deal?
She's a female football coach.
Love it.
She feels she's got a lot to prove.
Okay.
And so she's tough as nails and doesn't take any guff from those swine.
That's right. And what's the coach's name?
Coach Roberts. Nobody knows who Coach Roberts' first name is.
Okay. Probably is Roberts.
Roberta Roberts.
Roberts. So, yeah, we're there, and we're on the football pitch, and the football players are practicing. Gwen says to Miss Duffy, well, what do you think? Should I show her the script? Or I have some costume
I don't think she's going to...
concepts?
I don't know if that's going to help. I mean,
No? What is she into?
When Samantha's put in the permit, but we just need to show her your enthusiasm and show.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'll do personality plus.
Yeah, I think that we gotta wow her and make her see that this is gonna be something that maybe I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. Wish me luck.
Hey, Coach Roberts.
Coach Roberts.
Do you know?
Wait, hold on. Blows whistle. All right, boys, take 5. All right, what's this about?
Do you know Miss Rush here?
Oh, Coach Roberts, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Gwen Rush.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm so thankful for all the hard work you've done to make our football team so amazing. We're so proud of them.
Well, thank you. Those boys put in a lot of work, a lot of hard work.
They sure do. You put in a lot of hard work. Coach, we are interested in productions and drama. I'm sure you know Miss Duffy. I myself am a director, aspiring. As you know, the theater space that school had is no longer in operation.
It's a science lab now, isn't it?
Wait, I mean, it was the theater, but yes, it's a science lab now. How do you call it? Like the theater of science? Like I don't even know what to call that place anymore. Or the lab of drama.
Cute. Anyhow, yes, get to it.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we really want to bring a production back to the school, and we're very focused on an anti-bullying message.
Okay.
And we think that your boys would be really great to maybe incorporate into our production. Your boys are very well respected at the school, and if they were able to help us get our message out, I'm sure it would reflect well on them and on you and on us. And as part of that, we would maybe request to perform on the field.
Perform on my field?
Yes.
What are we talking about here?
It's a simple, maybe like a weekend engagement, maybe 3-4 nights but we would need like a lead up of maybe 1 or 2 months for practice. I'd say we're talking maybe 2-3 weekends / weeks where we would have the field kind of tied up.
You realize that football games take place on the weekends, don't you? What do you expect us to do with practice? What do you expect us to do with?
That's why we had hoped to kind of talk to you about.
Maybe we could incorporate practice into the production. Also, think about halftime during the games. Maybe that would be a time to put on our anti-bullying message.
We could try to work around your schedule, or I don't know if there's off-site, like off-campus places. I don't know what the going rates for those are, but we could, especially if we can get your guys playing in like semi-professional fields or something. I don't know. That's something we could look into and put into our budget.
I really want your beautiful boys in the play with their pads on. I think they could make a very deep impact on our student body about the rights and wrongs of bullying. Not that there are any rights.
All right.
Mostly wrongs. But we could also do it during an away game, possibly.
If you guys can work your schedule around more away games, and also we get first dibs on the field, we could work something out. A lot of these boys, because we have the challenge of not having as winning of a team as they have in years past, need to get more stuff on their college transcripts. So as long as they are not made fools of, and these boys are portrayed well, and they are an integral part into it, but at the same time, I can't have it interfere with their practice.
So you want parts for all of them in the play?
I'm willing to go ahead and let that happen.
We can do that. They can be featured players.
Okay. All right. We could work something along those lines. But I also want to make sure that, you guys understand you're going to have to work around our schedule.
Yeah.
We can do the production. Like, if you guys let me know when we're going to actually do production, we can work something out. I can give you my schedule of away games.
We'll have to see, we're going to have to put our heads together and see, what the demands of the production will be.
Maybe we could incorporate a game into the production.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if it's workable. Basically, what I'm saying, Coach, is this is a school facility, and we may have to share.
We can share to a certain extent, but you have to understand the football team comes first.
All right.
You have to work around us. If you want to use my field, you're going to work around us.
Thanks, Go.
We might not be as successful as we were last year, but we are up and coming, and we do have a shot at the championship this year, and I can't jeopardize that. So you're going to have to work around us. Go check out my assistant coach is down the field. She'll give you a copy of the schedule.
Well, we have a real chance to
show
show this school how to treat each other with respect and love.
And I appreciate that. But I also appreciate the fact that I have a shot at a championship this year, and you're going to have to work around me.
Well, we'll do what we can. But again, if you may have to be more flexible than you want to be to make this work.
We'll see.
So now I think I set up a scene.
Yeah, that's right. Is it the scene where we murder the football coach?
Yeah, right.
Well, I felt I couldn't make it just easy because it was in the middle. I wasn't the end scene where I gave it to you.
You're supposed to make it hard. That's exactly right.
So this is about Ken Foley and towards getting a place to perform.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be, and you've got the understudy. Okay, this is Ken, the understudy, and Melvin Sparks. Ken's like, if the football team totally fails out, then 1, we don't need those lugs in this play, and 2, we just get the field because their season will be over early if they're totally bombing. Melvin also runs tech for the
football team, of course.
And Ken used to do announcements for it.
Yeah.
Now his understudy has that job after he is coming to them before a game, and this is a pretty crucial game. and he's saying to them, look, I need you guys to work with me and call some plays, blink a few lights, and without making it too heavy-handed, we're going to give an advantage to the away team in tonight's game. We're saying this is inside or just outside the little announcer booth that's up on the top of the bleachers or whatever. So
What? You wanted me to throw the game?
Sparks, we're not throwing the game, we're fixing it. It's a totally different dynamic.
Oh, okay. I guess when you say it like that.
And listen, I know, John Todd, that you want a chance to stab me in the back and take another role from me. And if we don't have this play, there's no role to steal from me. So I think it's in your best interest if once you show what a performer you are here, and let's do this thing.
I mean, I am way more interested in the lighting cues for the play than I am for football. There's not much to do here. Okay, I think I could maybe make a few things happen. But what if we get caught? I mean, this is a real
That's why
challenge, a real
That's
risk.
why we're gonna have to put our heads together and figure out a way to make this work.
John Todd, what are you doing here right now? How did you end up here?
John Todd
All right,
runs the
Ken,
announcements.
Does
I
the
don't like-
announcements. It
Yeah.
does the
Ken, I don't
announcements
like
now.
you, but I understand. I'm willing to go along with this. And actually, I think I kind of have something that might work.
You do?
Yeah, the quarterback's girlfriend has a tendency to go beneath the bleachers during the games
I
with the
Did
guy that
not-
she's been hanging out with.
did not know that.
At the right time, that could be an advantage to us.
Perfect. This is perfect. So, are we doing this thing? Are we gonna throw this game?
So you want me to mic up underneath the bleachers?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Fix this game. I'm sorry. No,
I don't know if it's maybe something along those lines. Or
I mean, I can run a cord down underneath the bleachers and get a hot mic there that I can turn on at the right time.
yeah. It just is that gonna be? Is that gonna come back on you?
Maybe. Ooh, but maybe in the tumult, no one will even think about that.
All right. Yeah.
well, how about something more along the lines of some audience participation? Like maybe as the game's going on, like if you could get me a mic with the thing, I could be going in and talking to the audience, like check out what's going on in this thing, and like be like, wait a minute,
I mean, you'd want.
is that Betsy down below
Oh, so
there?
you want to get your face out of the booth and just show off in front of the crowd? Great, just perfect.
Well,
John
can you
Todd.
think of a better cover?
I mean, I'd do something a little more subtle and high-minded, and I
Like
could
what?
probably. I'm sure your plan is fine. I'm sure it'll work for you.
All right, you two, break it up. Come on now. All right.
Just
Well,
because I came up with a brilliant plan off the top of my head faster than you could think of something.
Listen, the key is that this game is. I can't. You guys need to.
Listen, Kenny, you got the good voice here, but John Todd has got a tongue of silver. So what if you both go out with mics?
Oh no! You see it. I'm on this one. I need to be behind the scenes. If I'm going to be front and center on the stage in the play, it's going to be way too suspicious.
I actually kind of agree with that a little bit because I feel like you being out there.
Plus, I'm such a known presence. I'll distract from.
No, I'm just thinking it'd be more along the lines of what is he doing back? He hasn't been doing this for so long. I mean, obviously, John Todd is the announcer of the games now.
I mean,
why would you be showing up with a mic? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. I would upstage the game. They would no one would pay attention to the field
No,
or
more
our
likely,
plot.
what is that has been doing, wandering the field? I think it'd be better off, as you said, to stay behind the scenes.
All right, you two, break it up. Break it up. All right. John Todd, you get the mic.
We'll get the mic.
You go underneath the bleachers.
Well, I'll go into the audience, and then I'll just notice as I'm going in. I know kind of where she likes to hang out and make out with her new piece, so
I'll
I'll wander down in that area and go, wait a minute. Is that
underneath G4? That is a great
Yeah.
section.
It is.
But
I figure I can peek through the bleachers and go, hey, wait a minute, is that?
I mean, you've got the
I mean,
porta
it-
potties on one side blocking you, and then you got the concession stand.
Yeah, but if
in case
but you can
in case
definitely
John
see
Todd's
through
hackneyed plot
the
doesn't
thing.
work, I'll think of something too. Yeah, we'll have contingencies.
All right, Kenneth.
Well, if you
I
can
mean,
do something to startle her and him, startle the two of them out from underneath the bleachers at the right time, so the quarterback looks over and sees them.
I mean, Kenneth. I mean, your voice. No one can beat it. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
but
know why
I'm
they
thinking
took you
something
off.
more with like electricity and some sort of, something a little more like accidental, someone getting hurt. But, your guys' plan is probably fine.
I thought we were trying to avoid any sort of situations like what shut down the drama department years past.
But again, it's sort of like it goes hand in hand. It's
You want to stick to the old classics?
Like the Phoenix.
Murder and
this
mayhem.
play should rise from quite a few fires. And there's already 2 fires from that one, and why not go for 3? And the rules of 3.
There is a rule of 3.
But I guess we can call this the
You want me to
fires
bring
of.
my fire extinguisher into the booth that day.
But maybe the fires of passion in your little like tawdry play, John Todd, will work in this one. I don't know. Let's see how this goes.
All right.
Is this a deal? Are we in?
We're in.
I think so. We want to get this playoff.
And no one speaks of this after tonight.
Speaks of what?
Yes, Sparks. Speaks of what the whole plan that we have.
Wink, wink.
Are you okay? No, like speaks.
Wink.
We just talked about
Girls settle
the
there,
thing you're
Sparks.
going to set up a mic on the woman. That whole thing. We just talked about all of this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think
Amateurs.
that's
I'm always
the.
working with amateurs.
All right.
Scene.
So now we're going to draw stones to determine how it goes. We have no stones in the pool to start off.
Nope.
So if your main character, is unhappy about the path the fellowship has taken, hold 1 red stone. So you're going to hold 1 card. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no stones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, reveal. All right, so we have 1. Why is she not happy about the path we've taken?
Because she's very cautious. So she feels like that it's kind of going against them,
Risky.
this whole working on the field. Like the coach isn't for it, the other situations that are happening. So she's feeling like we got to figure something else out. That this is not the most optimal situation.
Got it. As a player, do you think the fellowship did what was necessary to succeed? Hold a white up if yes, hold a red if no. 1, 2, 3. Oh, very necessary.
Oh, yeses.
Okay. So yeah, these all get added to our pool. We're going to draw 1 and reveal it, and then draw a second. All right. First card is a white.
Yay.
Second card is a white.
Yay.
Nice.
So win the challenge. And no characters were lost. Everything is kind of good. And how does that come to fruition? What do you guys think? How does this work for all of us?
We start doing advertising sketches during halftime on the field, during home games. Start letting people know that we're going to be having a performance on the field during an off weekend, an away game weekend.
Yeah, I think that game, the one that we were throwing,
Yeah.
they were
Fixing.
fixing. That's right. That we're making it off like the revelation of the girl,
Right.
like them making out,
Yeah.
like turned like not like super tragic, but like the quarterback, broke his ankle or whatever. Like
He got
did
super
something
depressed
bad.
and broke his ankle.
He was just basically
made a
like
mistake.
He ran after the guy and
Yeah, I love
like
it.
fell and hurt himself, like got an injury.
Stepped into a gopher hole.
And like that story got bigger and bigger, and we definitely fanned the flames of that story. And then like it got twisted into the play coming up, and that it's cursed, and that people like they're more excited because they think it's cursed.
Because it's going to be a shit show, and
Yeah.
they remember the last time
Yeah.
that this happened and how everything
Right.
went
And even
terrible.
that's like all old wives' tales
Right.
and craziness. So that's kind of where. So we've succeeded. We are now going to be on the football field.
On the football field.
100%.
All right.
And there's a lot of enthusiasm to see the
Football
play.
field. There's a lot of enthusiasm. Almost like a Schadenfreude enthusiasm, it seems like. People are
So we got alumni who want to come
right.
back
They're
and
like
see.
coming
They're like,
to
"Oh,
see the disaster.
We all got to come back and see what the heck happened here. I think build the set will be the next challenge.
Okay.
Nice.
Because we hadn't planned on an outdoor space.
No,
There's
we
gonna
had
be
not.
All sorts of like, how the heck are we going to light this thing? Are we building an actual stage?
All things to figure out.
And what makes it difficult besides the fact that we don't know what we're doing, and that it's outdoors? I guess would be.
It's outdoors, and it's like the staging and stuff wasn't planned for an outdoor situation. So I think, especially with the director, you're going to have to rethink all the things you wanted to do initially. You're probably having to rethink.
I mean, lighting cues alone are going to be a
Right. And then do we have an
nightmare.
actual set, or are we staying, like you talked about, these like
We'll figure
really
it out during the
abstract
scene.
situations?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
figure it
like-
out during the scenes. I
So,
guess.
how long do you think it would take to build this? Is the other piece of this?
A week, 2 weeks, a week.
Yeah, I'd say 1 to 2 weeks. something
Yeah.
Like that. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Who would you like to do the first scene?
I think Gwen would do the first scene. 'Cause
Okay.
All right.
Gwen now, after all this
Gwen-
push to get the space, now
Gwen
has to figure out what
Rush,
she wants to do.
the 18-year-old director. So Gwen is here, and so is Kennerth, and so is Samantha. And we're having like a preliminary, like I like to call it a vision meeting. We're having a meeting a visioning
Okay.
meeting. Where I'm asking everyone to bring dioramas or to bring collages to our vision meeting, almost like a vision board,
Okay.
and that we're going to envision what our performance space will look like. And so I'm there, we're all there, and I think we're meeting like, where are we meeting, you guys? What, in the cafeteria? So we're like meeting in the cafeteria at lunch
All right.
with our vision boards. And so I'm there. I obviously took this very seriously.
What sort of guidance did you give us for our vision boards? Did
None.
you give us the theme word or anything? You
Anti-bullying.
just said
Anti-bullying outside.
Okay.
Anti-bullying outdoors. And I'm presenting my vision to you. And I'm saying, I'd really like, if it's possible, to have some wire work going on. Maybe we can string up wires from the light fixtures on the field. But really, when I think about the stage, I want it to evoke pain. I want it to evoke pain of being bullied. How can we do that?
Well, I like your wire work idea. I think it's workable. I think that like let me show
I mean,
you.
Kennerth, are you ready to get on wires?
Oh, it jives perfectly with my concept. Observe, and he pulls out
Observe.
like a large shoebox kind of thing, and he takes like a little like statuette like action figure, and he's like, "This is me." Okay.
Oh yes, I can see that.
Well, it's not to scale, of course, but this is a like a 30-foot tall statue. Because again, we're outside. We have sky's the limit, right? So I am sort of the figure of like, not really God, but the voice
Whoa, can I slow you down there? Do you mean you want an actual 30-foot statue?
of me, but my personification, like my character in this play.
And how do you, and wire work? How
Maybe
well,
it
because
could be
again-
paper mache.
Yeah, that's fine, but I mean the goal is that
Do you realize how much
when
newspaper
when the
goes
two
into
when the
30
protagonist and the antagonist are going at it, I descend. I am the adjudicator. I am the voice of reason and truth, and I will lay waste. And this whole time, this little their little machinations, their little play is going on at my feet. And it's when I descend in my corporeal form from wires that's when they look like they actually don't address me as I speak. They will address this edifice that is me.
The anti-bullying edifice.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, like I
Yes.
am the message
Mm-hmm.
awakened. And so really that's
Let's
you don't,
do
All right,
something like that,
okay,
Samantha.
All right. I'm loving these ideas. I think they're fantastic, but let's talk logistics.
Oh,
Well,
we
how
just
many-
did. I just
I
told
mean,
you.
how many people do you have on your crew?
I have 5 people on my crew.
Well, that sounds like
Perfect.
enough.
Perfect.
That's not enough. And how the heck am I supposed to get wires coming from the football? I mean, it was one thing when we were in the stage. There was actually rigging set up where we potentially could have done
You could
something
do
with wires.
There's cranes.
Yeah, maybe a crane.
There's all kinds of
What
different
sort of
ways.
budget do you think I have to work with? We don't have budget for cranes.
We'll see. Maybe there's a local construction crew who would donate it to the school. I mean, I know there's a construction.
One
Isn't
of
there
the
an insurance?
footballers
Isn't there an
don't-
insurance issue that we have to deal with too?
Oh, the school will worry about that.
and plus those places have their own insurance. Like Reed's Gravel, they sponsor 2 little league teams. So I know that because there's the one in this town and one in the next town
Doesn't one of the football players' parents own some sort of crane company?
Yeah, like a cherry picker or something, right? Like
They
that
do,
could
but I
work.
don't know if we could actually have something set up with rigging where someone could actually descend upon wires from a crane.
I think
these
you could-
cranes are not set up for that.
I think Gwen has a vision, and it's important that I am the focal point of that vision.
I'm really enjoying this 30-foot statue idea.
Oh, I mean, yes. Well, what is your idea for the stage? Let's hear the sort of the counter vision, if you would.
My counter vision had to do more along the lines of utilizing the space where it was.
Oh, we are. It's huge.
It's a football field.
I understand it's a football field, but I was hoping we could go a little bit more like theater of the mind, like we're having maybe some props
Yeah,
and other
we'll
things,
blow
but
their
we
minds.
don't. No, we don't have. I don't understand with
Tell
5
me more.
people
Tell
how
me
we
more,
could actually
Samantha.
create. I was thinking more along the lines of like the text itself is so strong, and the way you do work with the directors and maybe some smaller scale props. I wasn't thinking of building like a full on stage with or something with wires.
yeah,
and a
no.
30-foot
There's no stage. It's
edifice.
really just the statue, and then me being descending from the heavens. I mean, if
How do we logistically even get a statue like that to stand up, even with paper mache? It would be so heavy.
Can we
you have 5 people, 2 or 3 of them could just hold up the statue. I mean, you paint them black, and they'd be like,
I would think a 30-foot statue made of paper mache would be too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could prop it up against one of the field goals, but still, I mean, that just
Okay,
seems like
okay.
that
Well,
would be
let's
a little
compromise
much.
here. Maybe a 15-foot statue, but I also would like some oversized fists that our players can wear.
fists that
Yeah,
they
like
wear.
fists.
Like big Hulk fists.
Yeah, like
kinda
Hulk
things.
hands. That's a good way to think about it, but bigger.
I mean, and
All right, if we could get the art department involved,
I
maybe.
am available to pose for any sort of sculpting that needs to happen.
That's good.
How realistic did you want? I mean, it's paper mache. I don't know how
Yeah,
realistic.
but it's especially if
get
they're
with the-
oversized, people will recognize. I mean,
Well, the
they
fists
know
are
my
one
fists
thing.
from holding microphones. They know
they
the
do
look.
know your fists.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
sure they do.
That honestly, I mean, when I talk to people about your performance, they normally remark on your fists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, do you want them all to be the same fists?
You know, I
I mean,
feel
there's
like
2 very look at this, right? Like, think of these fists as I hold up my meaty.
I like the idea that they're all the same fists, which is evoking this sort of concept
same
that
thing of,
all
like, you're
bullying is
one
the
bully.
same bullying.
All right.
And that's why the statue as the bully,
Oh no! It's not the bully. He is the adjudicator. the
I thought
judge.
you were the adjudicator.
Yeah, but the statue's of me, and the fists are me too. That's
There's
what I'm
an
trying to get
awful lot
across.
of you in this. I mean, I understand that,
See, yeah, you're getting it. Yeah, exactly. So you have these little
but you're not necessarily.
I mean, if you
want to
go
like,
if you want to go like simple and little, we could just do like. I mean, it'd be actually really good to do like ant costumes for everyone.
Like a minimalist approach.
Yeah, like everyone's really little, like tiny, like minimalist. They're like
what,
the
like little
minimalist.
action figures, like
No,
like little
maybe-
army men or
I
something.
think he said manimals. Yes.
Maybe.
I believe that's what he
maybe
meant.
like they're like puppets, like little ant
So
puppets.
we've gone for ant puppets.
Ant puppets could
I mean,
work.
especially if the statue
how
can only
heck-
be 15
if the
feet
whole
tall, it'll
school
make
shows
it look
up, How the
bigger.
heck will we fit that many people to be able to watch an ant puppet show?
We could give them binoculars, I guess.
Binoculars could work.
And then how do we
Or-
fund all those binoculars?
Or we could
Again, we'll see, maybe
project
there's-
the ants somehow on some sort of screen.
Oh,
Well,
no,
then
see,
why
then
are we
they'll-
doing a
they'll-
play? Then
the-
it becomes a movie.
All right,
size
all
of-
right,
why don't
all
we
right,
just
all
But
right,
the
all
size of those ants will conflict with
Enough,
the statue.
enough.
All right, I do have. All right, I have a potential idea. How about because projection? What if instead of we create an actual physical edifice, like as you said of you, what if we did a projection of you up on? Like we could take the what are those things called at the end of
Goalpost.
football fields? Goalposts. That's it. I don't play football. You could put draped sheets down, and we could project this image of
Yes.
you up on them. How about
Yes.
something along those lines?
And that will
Sure,
allow us
yeah.
to use the entire field as our stage.
That's true.
And,
And
since you have
depending on
billowing,
your costuming, then
I
we
could
could have
get
it there.
I could parachute instead of wires, and
We'll
that'll kind of
need-
like
we'll
follow
need
in that
two.
billowing.
Parachute
We'll-
from what?
I don't. We'll figure something out.
We'll
dear
need,
Lord.
from the cherry picker, we'll need 2 sheets. One edifice on one end of the field that acts as the bully, and one edifice on the other side that acts as the ideal. And they'll be facing each other. And the
I
play
can
takes place in between
So is
them.
And I
he,
can
is
show
he
my
the bully
range
and the
Of course.
Is he the
Of course.
victim or is he the adjudicator?
Both.
Oh, both.
All.
I mean, I'm not the victim in this
I thought
scenario.
there was more than just him in the play.
There are.
Yeah,
There
but
are.
no, I mean, there are. You know, I mean, you can say that. I mean, yes, there
All right,
are
so
supporting
can we then
roles.
discuss costumes then? Or we have
Maybe at a
couple different-
later date. This meeting is just about the stage.
I understand that, but if I'm projecting him up there, don't we need to like have different costumes for the audience? I mean, you are the director.
Oh, we
but
can put
wouldn't
the
you
audience
want
in
to have-
costumes. I love that idea.
It's not a bad idea at all. And because we on the field, on the stage, are evoking real life, so we have to dress contemporarily. We can't. We have to be true to life.
So you don't want the silver unitards anymore.
I mean, I could wear one
mean-
because
That
it's
would
true.
sa-
It's sort of
that
like
would save a little bit of money off of the costumes, which we could use more towards maybe getting this cherry picker, which I'm still not 100% sure of what we're going to do.
right. Well, I mean,
We're going to do the wire work from the cherry picker.
I think like
Still don't think
like
we're gonna get
plain
that to pass.
clothes. I can be in the silver suit with the wings.
You're an angel now.
I mean,
More of
like an
adjudicator.
archon of justice and truth. You know, like sort of an embodiment of all things.
I'm sorry, Gwen, but this doesn't seem
Hmm.
to be. I mean, it feels like he's getting way beyond your original vision for this play.
Well,
I mean, I was cast in this role as the
Yeah, but-
narrator.
Yeah, but you've become like the adjudicator. Now your visage is supposed to be like broadcast on both sides of the football field. I mean, this is getting to be. Is this becoming your play?
No, I
Like,
look,
I really think that.
no.
Gwen-
This is my play.
okay.
This is my vision.
right. There are no small parts. There is the narrator who frames everything, and all the more reason to have the narrator. Like, why be a disembodied voice?
I
when
was
you
going to
can-
say, I originally thought the narrator wasn't even supposed to be on the stage.
no.
I thought
See-
you were cast because of your really nice voice, but they weren't necessarily going to see
See,
you.
that's what everyone's expecting. That's the thing. You want the narration to be visceral and to have a presence. So even when I'm not speaking, I'm speaking.
I totally get what you're talking about, and I support it fully. This is how directors work, Samantha. It's a give and take.
I understand that, Gwen, but I also do worry that this is becoming a little bit of the Ken Foley show and not your production. I just don't want his
Well,
lust
you know,
for glory and to
who am
get
I to
himself
say
back
that
to be a
Ken Foley
star.
shouldn't come back? Who am I to say
He
that?
might have been somebody at one point in time, but you have other actors in this production.
And
And
will-
I don't want him.
I mean, again, you are being very kind to the other players in our production, but yes, the other actors. That's great.
in fact, I don't even think you're the lead.
Again, I'm the narrator. I have the first and the last line and some other lines in the middle. I mean, it kind of is. It's like the first name on the list. So sure, you can
let's
say.
just focus on the statues. So if we get those in place, I
All right, I
think
thought
we'll
we
be
agreed
fine.
we're going to do projections. We're not
Sure,
going to
I mean,
do statues.
projections.
I'll do
Projections of
projections. All right,
statues.
so are we?
Perfect.
Are we setting up to photograph him for?
Well, I'll make myself available as needed. We'll have to work
so
around my schedule.
Are
but
we going to take photographs of Ken for these?
That's right. We'll get it into the
And do you
schedule,
want-
Ken.
Do you want photos or do you want like a looped video?
Oh, wow.
We could do that. I mean, I do have my
Yes,
cousin's on
maybe
the
a
works with
video.
the AV department,
Yes,
so
a
I'm sure we
video.
could do something with projections, like a looped video of you coming on and off. That might be interesting. I don't know.
Great. Then we'll get the costumes
Yeah.
together so that you can pose for the videos. This is all good. Very good.
Yeah,
very
I'll get
good.
my.
So we'll get the set built.
Maybe we can do. I have some. I can make a. I'll put a motion capture suit together, and maybe we can figure out like a way to.
Wait,
really
what? No.
Well,
no,
it's just ping
Look,
pong balls.
I'm-
We'll get. It's
Why?
well because you're gonna want to like capture and be able to morph me into if it's shocking video. Now we can start doing morphs. We can start having my image and visage change
Manimals.
and get more performance out of it. Yeah, like evocative spirits as I speak, as
I
you
don't-
hear me narrating, like my form can change. This is
Yeah,
perfect.
but I don't think we need motion capture for that. I think we
well,
can
you
get a little
want
bit
you want
creative with
those
some After
animals
Effects
to
and leave it
still
at that.
be me.
Well,
All right, you two. Very well. I think we have a good idea here in place. We'll get our projections up. Maybe we can do some video. Let's see what we can put together. Let's not hedge ourselves in and our creative flow. We need to make sure that as we go through this process, we stay authentic.
Oh yeah, I
yes,
mean,
stay authentic. This is not authentic. This is getting to be
see,
his
I
show.
think
all right,
you're.
Gwen,
I
this
think
is
you're
getting
mistaken.
away from the text and it's getting away from you as a director. I feel like he's taking over.
Well,
And
let's
I think you have a lot
make
to
sure
say.
we get the set built and we can see from there.
Yeah, I think it'll all work out just fine.
We'll see what we can do.
That's the scene.
All right. I think this is going to be Ken and Melvin Sparks
All right.
in the midst of, they're like on the football field
Yeah.
and playing with like what little lighting is available.
How's this?
Yeah, like see what is, so yeah, they're playing with the lighting. That's kind of the basics, like just
Yeah,
lighting.
Just trying to get the right
let's see,
stuff
towards
going.
building the set. I think Samantha would be there too. She's kind of like now super busy with everything. And
Okay.
you're trying to get him to just like get the tech end. And I'm just supposed to be like a stand-in.
Okay.
Nice.
But so the goal of this scene is we're supposed to be basically getting like, what's sort of the blocking, what's kind of the light, because if we are having a minimal set, like where our set piece is going to be, what's like the optimal place based on how this football field is set up and what few lights we have. So Sparks is kind of running. Maybe there's a couple like tech crew guys that are just like voiceless.
Carrying
yeah,
things
they're
or
like,
plugging things
he can like tell
in.
them to point a spot
Yeah.
or something or
Well, and we don't have that many. I mean, I think Samantha also had kind of an idea that since we're dealing with mostly stadium lights, there's like a little bit of spotlight stuff. But she's also was like, I'll get a couple guys and they'll have like big flashlights so
Yeah.
we can kind of focus. So it'll, and then put them in black and make them part of the thing. But maybe they could be the ones that when the lights go down, they could spotlight on different people.
So who's in this scene again?
So it's Melvin, maybe like he talks over the PA. He's in the like the booth.
The lighting booth, yeah.
Sam, who's on the bleachers,
Got it.
and then Ken, who's on the field.
Got it.
And so we're all kind of yelling at each other
Right.
as we go through. And you're trying to just like block this out and draw a map of like what this set is going to be and where the pieces are going to live.
Right.
because
You thought it'd
gotta
be a good
go
idea to give him a microphone, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So you could
all
hear
on
him.
we're all on the walkie-talkies, right? We're all on like sort of the backstage.
Well, you've got the
walkie-talkies.
PA thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
So I'm the one without a microphone.
Maybe Sam
So I'm
has
just
walkie-talkies, and I've got like I just brought a bullhorn.
Yeah, you just have your
I
bullhorn.
like it. Oh, that's great.
So you and I have walkie-talkies. Got it.
Yeah.
Sam and
How do I look in this light?
You look fine. All right, we need to get the guys. Guys, I need to get the two spotlights more trained on him, but I also want to bring those flashlights in kind of more towards the front. Don't you think, Sparks?
yeah, it sounds good to me. Guys, you know, his skin isn't really that good, so maybe try and
Hey,
edge that away there a little bit. Hey, I'm just
It's-
telling the truth up here, buddy.
that's your lighting. Listen,
I don't have the money for better Lecos than this.
I look great in 1080p with limited pancake on. So if your lighting
We'll
can't
take your word for
get
it.
me across good, then if something's wrong with you and your crew, get your shit together, Sparks. I don't need you like canning me like you can the QB.
Stop insulting my lighting guy.
He's like, yeah, man. Hey, it's your funeral. Lighting makes the show, bro.
Right, but you're replaceable. You're a switch flipper.
Replaceable with who?
We'll find someone. Just let people know that, this is a chance to light me, and they'll be fine.
All right, I'm sorry. No, don't tell anybody that. Here, let me try this. And change some stuff around, make it a little bit greener, more olive colored. How are you liking that?
You know what? It's actually pretty good. I'm liking us. What do you think, Sam?
I think that looks good.
So if how high do these lights go?
We got the upper ones are probably about 30 feet in the air at the top of the
Yeah, I mean,
holder.
and how high can those look, I'm going to throw stuff up in the air and you try to train lights on them and we'll see how high this stuff can go for like the spotlights too.
Wait, Sparks, do you know about this? About him throwing stuff?
No, what is
Well,
this?
no, I'm just saying like, cause when I descend, you're going to want lights on me and the higher the lights go, that means the higher I can start when I descend.
We still haven't cleared the cherry picker.
It's fine. We'll figure something out. Like again, there's got to be a way.
Good call. Yeah, go ahead and throw your stuff in the air.
All right. There's like a frisbee way up in the air.
The two light techs, they
try to follow it.
Yeah, they're trying to follow it with the beams. And I'm all texting Samantha. I'm like, maybe it'll break his neck.
Do we really have to indulge him like this?
I say, it's his funeral. Click, 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 click.
Well,
Have you tried I don't see the sheets up yet. Are we still getting those?
yes, we are. The sheets are coming tomorrow.
We've got the projectors ready to go. We just need the right photos.
Okay, well, I have a session planned. I should be able to get you those.
Yeah, Gwen said that they'd be showing up soon.
Yeah, they're tasteful for the most part. You figure out how much you want to show.
Tasteful?
Yeah.
Oh, I really wish you would have let me set up the photo shoot. We really needed to kind of do this with you to make sure that we got what we needed from there.
No, these
I don't know why
you'll
Gwen
have
is
more than
allowing
enough.
you to just go ahead and go free reign with this because I have no idea.
She
what we're
cleared
gonna
it.
end up-
She cleared it. She said,
I know
do
she
what
did,
you need
and I don't
to do to make it
understand
look
why.
amazing.
I'm sure he's free balling all over the place.
Oh, I kind of got like a Roman god kind of like toga thing going for one bit.
And what does this have to do with the play?
Again, this is the narrator. This is like I am the Greek chorus in this, like I am Sparta in this one.
I thought the Greek chorus was supposed to be quiet. Like I thought they were just supposed to be like the groups that just sit there and watch. Like
no, they're like the narrators.
Like Sleep No More, where they have people just watch and be quietly watch the players. Like it's not supposed to be.
That's kind of interesting too, because that's what my visage
which
will
means
be
you'd
watching.
Be quiet.
Yeah, my pictures on the projected screen will be as it sort of shifts between me like in the toga, me just like sort of glistening, and then me in the like full regalia of the soldier.
You realize we promised Mr. Belt that we would not have any fiascos like the previous?
No. First off, I made sure that every lubricant I used was non-flammable. So it's not going to definitely not have the same issue as last year.
I'm not talking about fire. I'm talking about getting basically shutting down the production because
they won't shut it down. Again, I made sure it was tasteful. I let's just say that I groomed very meticulously and
I don't think I want to see these.
No, you'll be fine. Again, there's nothing that you wouldn't see in an art museum.
And I text Samantha saying, I hate this guy.
Not as much as I do. Click, 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 click.
But I mean, we kind of have it, right? Like, where you want to put stuff.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got the lighting. We got it.
Well,
Sparks, I think I'm going to try and see if I can get a couple more volunteers on flashlights just to give you a little bit of fill in where you think you might need it.
Thanks, Sam.
This is great, guys. I'm feeling like this is going to be it.
I think that's the scene, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We interrupt our story here and we'll resume in our next communique. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho and on Instagram at board_ghost. You can find my book club podcast at woundandstab.com, where we are wrapping up House of Leaves. And you can find my media review podcast at New to You Show, where we are doing a February of Love for Sale as our topic. Ken, where can people find you?
Hey, everybody. You can find me, Ken Breese, all over the internet at berlingsbeard.com, BERLINGS Beard. I run games as a concierge DM in the New York City area. Hire me to run your games. I am on Instagram, on Twitter. I have an awesome D&D YouTube stream that's going, so check that out. Would love to interact with you.
Stacey, sorry about that.
No worries.
Where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Stadomo, STADOMO.
All right. And do you have any projects coming up on air or anything that you're excited about?
Nothing at the moment, but I have some stuff to tell you about a little later
stuff-
on, hopefully.
stuff
Something
cooking.
brewing, yeah.
Stuff in the
Something
hopper.
brewing that should be fun.
Cool. All right. So to learn more about the players and engine in our story, visit boardghost.com. If you'd like to help us in collaborating and making the show, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/boardghost. We want to thank our patrons that are already contributing. They are helping us in making the show, and we very much appreciate it. And if you'd like to join them in getting the episodes early, getting access to high quality art from the show, you can go check out our Patreon and help us out there. If you aren't in a position to contribute financially, you can do the next best thing or best thing beyond that, which is go out and tell people about the show. Spread it around, let people know more about the games we're playing, your favorite episodes, all that stuff. You can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at Board Ghost World on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes, your preferred listening portal, and take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. We'd like to thank Pat Couples for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's website, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
Dying, don't agree with me, no. Oh,